welcome back to Boujee Bravo Bitches, where we talk all that Bravo tea from basic to bougie. We're your hosts. I'm Jenna.
I'm Darcy.
And I'm Amanda. Let's get into it, bitch.
Every time I'm like, who's going to say I'm
I
Darcy?
know.
I'm like, is she gonna do it?
When we started, I'm like, not Darcy. In my head, I'm like, you're not Darcy. So.
You're a lunatic.
Hey, ladies. Happy. I
Hello.
was about to say happy Friday, but it's not. Yesterday,
I know, but tomorrow is.
Friday.
It's almost
It's like
Friday.
Like Thursday night and Friday are like such a good vibe. We chat, we hang, we have a few drinks. At least I do. And then Friday is like my favorite day of the week. It's like the best day. So I love it.
I start getting like pretty juiced up around like Thursday morning. I'm like, yes, it's Thursday. Thursday's easy. We can do this no matter how many things we have to do. Tomorrow's Friday. It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Anyway.
I told my boss today, I'm like, you guys, I'm like, John, I know I have a lot of work. I'm like, but I didn't want to say his name, but whatever, that's fine.
John's like the most nondescript man's name.
John Smith, is that it?
John Doe?
John Smith. Anyway, I'm like, listen, I'm like, don't expect me to do anything tomorrow because they're banning TikTok and all I'm doing is scrolling. I'm like, so that's that. I don't want to hear from you. I'm scrolling. Thank you.
And how was that received?
He was like, is there something wrong with you?
The only correct answer.
He's like, they're not getting rid of TikTok. I'm like, no, they are. So thank you.
I just can't see it happening. I'm holding out hope. Also, like, what are Spencer and Heidi gonna do if they ban TikTok? Like, they just made all the money in like 5 seconds straight from TikTok. Wow. What are these TikTokers gonna do?
They're gonna. What are they gonna do? I've been thinking about that because I'm not following you. You guys, I'm not going to Instagram. I'm certainly not going to fucking YouTube. Like, there's not a chance.
No.
Like,
YouTube is not like user friendly enough. It's like you gotta type every time.
You're not. It's not. There's 55-minute videos. Yeah, I'm not sitting for 55 minutes watching your video, your vlog.
Well,
I don't.
Not that I will be using YouTube, but YouTube rolled out Shorts, which is basically their answer to TikTok. But it's the content on TikTok that's good. Instagram is like deranged, the reels.
What was the thing like before TikTok?
Vine.
R.I.P. What about Tumblr? That was more like bloggy.
That was bloggish.
Very emo if you had Tumblr.
What's Vimeo?
That's like a video like hosting site. So like a YouTube.
Guys, I am so late to the party. Like, I know everyone was like TikToking in 2020. I just got into it in 2024. Like, I'm late to the party and now I'm losing it. I'm so sad. That's how I go to sleep at night.
Oh, good. I'm so depressed. All right. Let's talk about something else before I go into
it. To lift up our spirits.
Last week, we were talking about the reunion and why Karen wasn't there. Did we talk about why she wasn't there? Yeah, we did. Or we talked about her not being there. And then as soon as we finished recording, an article came out that said that Karen was not at the Potomac reunion because she was in rehab and Bravo was in like full support of her decision.
And I think who said that on the podcast? Somebody was like, listen, what she should do is go to rehab. That was Darcy. So, you know what, Darcy? You were right.
It's just like, I'm great. She's getting help. That's wonderful that you've recognized the need for it. But
did she call it rehab?
I don't know. Her team did?
I'd have to go back. That didn't say rehab, but a lot of other things said rehab.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter,
for mental well-being or something.
Yeah.
It didn't make it sound like a mental health facility, though. I do know that. It sounded like a treatment center.
It's just, we're how far past the incident happening. Like, the time to try to heal yourself maybe would have been more appropriate in the immediate aftermath, not to not go to the reunion.
I mean, they're all being advised, but like, she really should fire her lawyer at this point.
You all did a recovery program. A recovery program.
That's what made me think it's definitely not a mental health facility because recovery is more of a substance abuse term. Anywho, all right. Then today we got the reunion looks for RHONY, and I want to talk about them.
Yes.
I ate. It was
looks
so good.
Amazing.
It was so beautiful. Her hair, her dress, everything. Beautiful. I didn't love Erin's. Erin is in this like sequin gold number. I didn't love it.
I don't think the color of the gold was complimentary on her. Like, it just seemed harsh. I don't
It
know.
was a very yellow gold,
Yeah.
very not a cute yellow either. It was just like,
I also do not think it's ever appropriate to have, like, an all sequin number. Like, having some sequins on an outfit,
Mhm.
unless it's New Year's Eve, I
Mm.
don't think it's
okay, I do love a sequin number. I
You're
am a
from
fan.
Jersey.
Yeah, of course you do.
So I do love a sequin number. I do. I love it.
I thought that Jessel also looked beautiful.
Mhm.
Stunning. I love her super short bob. Very cute. I'm gonna refrain from talking about Jenna Lyons for a moment. I'll get there. For someone who prides herself on not being basic, she looked like a basic ass bitch in this outfit.
Like, she
So
looks nice, but it's very
you're wearing a black dress and
I
pantyhose.
could wear
Bye.
Yeah,
that.
it was very basic. You're right. That was a good term for it. It was classic. It was clean. It was boring. It
Mhm.
was right.
Raquel, it's very Raquel. The thing I have an issue with is like there was a lamp behind her, and I can't tell where the lamp ends and her hair begins. Like, so I'm having trouble figuring out what is her hair and what
Oh.
is the lamp. So like, I don't know what her hair really looks like,
I
and if
like
all
the
of
I
it is
dress.
like the
hair,
look.
I like
yeah,
the
it's
dress.
very her. And I think that's an appropriate way to wear sequins. Bryn looks like Mrs. Hannigan from Annie. Like, this is so bad. It's so bad. It's very, like, broke-ass Zsa Zsa Gabor. It's not good.
It
I like it. I think it's fun. It's flirty. I wish Bryn wasn't like such a flirty flirt. Her face, though, whatever they put that picture up, Darcy said it.
They did her
Yeah,
I think her hair and makeup didn't match the dress. I think maybe,
correct.
like, a big updo with, like, some classic, like,
Yeah.
glam makeup would have, like, pulled it all together.
I don't think when anytime you wear a turtleneck, I think that your hair should be at least half up.
I
Mhm.
agree. I absolutely agree.
Now we can talk about Jenna Lyons. And since Darcy's her only fan, I'll let Darcy go
I
first.
liked it. I thought it is very different, which after wearing jeans in your first reunion, you just keep doing different things. I'm a Jenna stan, so does no wrong in
You
my
guys,
eyes.
I was on Reddit and they love it. The Reddit users love it. She had a
One
lot.
of us. One of us.
I mean, I just think it's,
I
you know, I don't know.
Go
I don't
ahead.
hate
Go
it. I
ahead.
don't hate it. It's
I
weird.
hate it, and I think it's disrespectful as fuck, and to be honest, like, stop coming around like you're fucking doing us a favor by being on this fucking trash-ass franchise right now, okay? You're not old RHONY, you're not new RHONY, you're nothing, and you're disrespectful. You have a fucking archive studio apartment of clothing. You couldn't go find a fucking dress? Give me a break. You wore a freaking Balenciaga bathrobe and a taco turby on your head. Get out of here. Like, no, I can't. Fuck you.
Diversity of thought on
I
this
don't
show.
hate it.
Diversity of thought and opinion.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I
I mean,
still love you. I respect your
I have
opinion.
no opinions on it. I have no opinions on Jenna, so I don't know. I could take her or leave her, honestly.
I've got a lot of thoughts on RHONY.
I could leave her. I could leave her. Okay, and that's all I have to say. Oh, and also, like, you didn't give to charity. So I'm really fucking over her.
So I have a
Really.
question.
Yeah.
Is Becky slash Rachel, is she just a friend of?
She is a friend of, but she's not in any of the photos, so maybe she doesn't even come to the reunion because she was so fucking boring.
Maybe they don't even bring her, they just put her out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. All right.
Yeah, I mean, she normally even the friend of, like, we would get to see the reunion
Yeah.
look, but it's not seeming like that's the case. So, there you go. Sad news. So, obviously, like, all those fires in LA have been going on, and Beau's lost her house.
It's very sad.
Yeah,
Beau's
and
Beverly Hills.
yeah. Sorry,
The
Bose.
sad. A lot of people lost their houses.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine. Like, what do you do? What do you do?
I
What do
know.
you
What do
do?
you do?
Well, it's like even if you have money, like that's still like you have to like live somewhere else for a long time and pay for it. And do you not have a mortgage anymore if your home
Oh, you
burns to
do,
Oh,
the
you
you do.
still
ground?
do.
My
Great.
brother's
Like,
house burned down, but it wasn't his
oh,
like first house, it was his beach house. It burned down, and it was very sad. They had just put in a ton of work. It was like they're lucky it wasn't their main house and it was just their beach house, but still, it was like really devastating. So they still had to pay their mortgage,
Mm-hmm.
but their insurance company gave them like another house at the shore.
Hmm.
They had a place to go during the summer, but they still had to pay like their
Ah,
mortgage. Yeah.
Just the logistics of it,
Yeah.
aside from like the emotional part of it, is like
You have
right.
sounds like a
nothing.
nightmare.
I saw Spencer Pratt's
Yeah.
video today and he was like, this teacher, he's like, I'm almost gonna cry.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
like,
I
my
saw
teacher at
that.
school. She's like, they took a picture of him and he's like, this is the only picture I have in my entire life printed
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
out.
yeah. But that, I mean, they're like all on your phone. But that's a
True.
different story.
True.
Um,
But some
yeah.
aren't though. Some aren't.
No, like art and stuff like that. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
honestly, like I'd probably be grabbing looking around, like I'd be grabbing paintings off the wall. Like the painting that the live painter did at my wedding, like that would be
Oh
Mm-hmm.
coming
yeah.
in my car with me. I wouldn't be
Yeah.
leaving that here.
I've been thinking too. I'm like, what do you take? Like definitely my jewelry box. Like that's gotta come.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's
Or
gotta
like
It's
come.
just so
safety
different than
box.
Yeah.
like a flood or like a tornado. Like, yeah, like you get devastation, but you can find some stuff afterwards. Like,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
anyways, sorry to Bose. I know there's like a million skillion other people that lost their home, but that was a Bravo. I kind of was thinking, I wondered if Jennifer Tilly lost that ghost filled house in Malibu too.
I think
Oh.
they did say she lost a house. You know what? I think she did
Probably
lose a
the
house.
ghost house.
I think it was the ghost house. I'll look it up when you guys move on.
Wow.
Yeah. I saw an article that came out that Peter from Vanderpump said that like the new cast is so good that like the season's gonna be crazy with the new cast members because he knows them all because he still works there. Peter's the
I
only one
hope
with a
he's
job.
not like smooching any of them. He's like a
Probably is.
notorious like coworker
He's like
smoocher.
50-year-old creeper.
Ugh.
He was there when Joe and I went there for dinner on like Valentine's Day before our
Mm-hmm.
honeymoon. He was working, Max was working. Um, what's his name? Her business partner.
Guillermo.
Yeah, he was working too.
Nice.
Um, Paige was spotted with a mystery man. He's not a mystery anymore, but she was spotted with someone at the Eagles game in a box seat. What do we know about this guy? Joe something or other?
D'Amelio. He is an executive for like some like sports fashion, some kind of sports
It's like
related brand.
like
Like
sports
Gymshark?
marketing. Yeah. Clutch, I think the name of the company is Clutch.
So
Let me
like
Google it for you.
sports related, but
Yes.
Well,
on Reddit, which is the source of the greatest information,
Mm,
they were
yeah.
so he was engaged to this one woman. They called off their engagement like maybe 3 months ago because she said she saw some text messages between Joe and maybe Paige that were not appropriate for an engaged man to maybe be having.
Wow.
hmm.
It's a
Mhm.
sports marketing company. He's the vice president of a sports marketing company
Hmm.
of the football division. Football. So whatever that means.
Well, you know, she denies everything, blah, blah, blah. So there you have it.
They
Anyways,
were at the game together though, and you know what? She went to a Phillies
I
game,
was gonna
so
say I didn't peg her as an Eagles fan. That's
I
really
don't
like the
think she's
grossest thing.
anything
I hate
fan.
the Eagles. You're from New York. That's disgusting.
Like you know better.
Yeah,
I
not a
don't think
fan.
she's a fan of any sports. She's just there.
Doesn't matter. You
Yeah, I
still
was
don't
going.
rep the Eagles
No,
Yeah,
when
like
you're
hard
from
to
New
since they
York.
wear it.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
not a
Yeah.
fan.
It was announced somewhere that all of the cast of OC are going to be returning, including Katie. I didn't think she deserved a second season.
I'm okay with it. I'm
I
glad
think.
Alexis is gone. I think
Yeah,
it'll change the dynamic, so I'm okay with everyone.
yeah. I'm
Well,
excited.
maybe
It's gonna be
if
good.
all Alexis did was come in to reunify everyone, great.
I still hate
Great.
Tamra.
Yeah.
Gimme Sue is a lot.
You like need her though, because otherwise it would be super fucking boring, but you need
Mm-hmm.
her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jen Shaw's prison sentence reduced again. She will now be out before Thanksgiving in 2026.
I mean, she's out next month. She's got like I bet she has
Next
like at
month.
most,
No,
I mean
she's
next
got
year. I
yeah.
think like at most she has like a year and a half left. Like that's not a lot of time.
Well, November 3rd, 2026 is the new
Yeah.
release date.
I
So she
don't want
has
her back.
I don't
I
think
don't
they
think
would
she
take
can
her
come
back.
back.
This
I
is
Okay.
don't
like
think she can come back.
stealing from old people.
Like, I
It's not
get it,
like if you
Teresa,
stole
she
from
stole
Uncle
from the
Sam.
government, like, whatever, that's fine. I mean, it's not obviously, it's not fine to steal from the government, but, like,
Mm,
not old people.
Yeah, it's yeah. Okay. Okay, I just sent this to you guys. So Brittany from Salt Lake City just joined Presidio that sold on Salt Lake City's real estate company. The real estate agent now. Like this girl is like, I have 5 minutes and I'm gonna make the fucking most of it. I'm gonna do 500 TikToks in the airport. I'm gonna become a real estate agent overnight.
good
I'm
for
gonna do
her.
it all.
You know what? That's smart. I like a hustler. I do enjoy a
You
hustler.
gotta diversify, you know?
And
Definitely.
remember last week, I think we talked about how she was like a Broadway actress. I also want to mention she's been in like a ton of, I don't know if they're Lifetime movies or Hallmark movies or like, but she's been in a ton of stuff, like a
She was
ton.
in one with like who you sent it to us. It was like
Era
some
or not who Spelling, Tori Spelling. She was in one with
Mm,
Tori Spelling. Yeah. Yeah.
it was
So
like Lifetime. Yeah.
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 And you know what? That's a paycheck. Like Chad Michael Murray left One Tree Hill to go like make a name for himself. And now all he does is Lifetime movies. So I think a
Well,
paycheck is a paycheck.
he was just on like a Christmas movie on Netflix recently. It
Oh,
was
he
not good.
it was probably from Lifetime.
No, it was a Netflix original.
Oh, okay. It was a
What's
Netflix
her name
original.
that always does all the Hallmark movies? The girl from Mean Girls. She was
oh,
also
Lacey
uh,
Chabert.
yeah.
Chabay.
She did one too on Netflix. And she was on her and Lindsay Lohan were on Watch What Happens like right before the holidays.
Ooh,
My husband's aunt, she just asked if she could get a Hallmark Plus.
what is that?
Like all of the movies on Hallmark.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're on all day, all the time. What do you even need
Yeah.
that for?
It's not enough. That's what she said to my husband, I think. She said it's not enough.
She wants control of the viewing experience.
Okay. Okay. Amanda, you take it away on this last minute.
Oh, Kim and Kroy, I saw a TikTok today. They sold their house, you guys. They sold the house. They sold it for, I think it was like 2.37 million. They took a loss on it from like all the mortgages that they took out. But at least they sold it, right? It didn't go into foreclosure. So, and Jenna told me that Kroy stole all the pots and pans.
I've been seeing it all over TMZ that like she called the police to come because he took all the pots and pans.
Yeah, yeah. Apparently they did. They had a call, I think it was over Thanksgiving, the cops came. And like I guess Croy was supposedly taking off curtains and she like pulled him off of the ladder and he fell on top of her.
Oh my
And then they
god.
she said that he was like beating her and the kids were there, which is so sad. It's so sad. They were like crying and they were like, my dad didn't do anything. And then Kim was like, he's telling you guys what to say. It's like on camera too. It's so sad. Like, I'm glad that their house is sold. They need to go their separate ways,
Yeah.
parallel parent, and be done with it.
They need to be far away from each other.
Exactly.
The end.
That's
The end.
all.
Oh, cool. They walk away with $1 million each. Kim will spend that overnight, and hopefully
Yeah.
Croy will keep his job at Costco or wherever the hell he's working
Whatever
now.
he's doing. Good for you, Croy. Team Croy.
Make that
Yeah.
money.
Okay. Do you guys want to talk about murder?
I'm feeling murderous.
Traitors dropped their first 3 episodes, and episode 4 drops tonight.
I
It
loved
was good.
it.
I just love Traitors. It could have been shit, and I would still say it was good, honestly.
Very
I'm gonna be
true.
so mad if they kick off all the Bravo stars like within the first 3 weeks.
I
I'm gonna be like,
know.
It's so lame.
you know,
Alright, so
all those people are jealous because they're more popular than them.
let's recap a little bit. So they started off with like a new, I feel like every time they add like a new rule or a twist or something like that. So they started by bringing this guy from Survivor, Boston Rob, and they were like, he wants to join and you can let him, but then you have to get rid of someone else. And nobody would say yes. So then, they think he just goes away. Obviously, he doesn't just go away. We find out later that he gets to come into the game as a secret traitor, and he also came back with some other guy from Big
Derek.
Brother? Yeah, and then Wes from the challenge, which literally I was just saying to my husband, like, There's no one from the challenge on it. They must think they're all too good, so they didn't bring anyone because Trishelle and
Mm-hmm.
he had one last season. I'm like, maybe they just think they're too good, so they didn't bring anyone this year. But they did. They brought Wes.
I love Wes too.
Anyway,
Wes is just he almost won what was it?
House of
what did
Villains.
Yeah, House of Villains, and he didn't. So
Yep, he lost to Safari.
yep.
Um, you guys, Survivor Carolyn is a fucking whack job. I watched that season of Survivor. She didn't win, but she made it to the end just by being fucking nuts. Like people were like, she's such a liability. Like we don't need to worry about her. And then
Mm-hmm.
like that's who you need to be worried about. Just like no one thinks she could possibly be a traitor. And guess what? She's a
She's a
traitor.
traitor.
So the traitors are her, Danielle from Big Brother, and Bob the drag queen from RuPaul's Drag Race. I didn't know any of them except Carolyn beforehand, but that's great.
I knew Bob.
I have a couple fashion notes I'd like to point out.
Ooh,
Just if you
yes.
don't mind. Of course, Sandoval showed up in a skirt. Like
Mm.
that was gonna happen. And I can't stand Chriselle, and I can't stand her fucking polka dot dresses.
Oh, I didn't
That's
notice
all I'm gonna
them.
notice from now on.
Okay. Yeah,
So,
that's all I'm gonna be able to see.
Did you guys ever watch Selling Sunset?
Nope.
no.
Oh yeah, I don't think I've watched all the seasons, but I watched up until the point where she like got divorced. I
Hmm.
haven't watched in her new like she turned gay after that, so I haven't watched since then.
Oh.
They'd made a rule change, which I didn't quite understand, but like I guess in the end when they do that like Ring of Fire thing, if you are a traitor, like you reveal yourself, but they're now there's no revealing at all, like you're not going to find out until you win or lose basically.
I think because when they voted out like the last roundtable, like they voted someone, I think it was Kate they voted out, they knew they still had a traitor there.
Yeah.
So it was just like a numbers game. So I think to remove that
It still
numbers game,
like when I don't understand it.
I don't understand it.
So
But
because they knew
Because
there
they
was
stood up
still
and they said you're a faithful or a traitor, and then they said that they were faithfuls.
at the very like the last roundtable,
Okay. I
yeah.
don't know.
we'll
I guess
see.
we'll see
Oh,
how it
you
plays
just
out at the
leave. If
end.
there's 4 people and they vote you out, you just leave and you say good luck. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I got it.
I think so. I think that's how it goes.
Well, I guess we'll see
Um,
because I don't understand it.
Britney Spears' ex is on here, but he's like obviously signed an ironclad NDA because people ask him questions, he will not answer anything about Britney Spears. So now I'm just kind of like, you're boring me?
Why are you
Yeah.
here?
Don't
He's
be
back
here.
And
up
I
from
don't like the like 50s Elvis look he's got going on with the forehead curl. You look stupid.
Broke down Bruno Mars.
Oh, get out of here.
They're heavy hunting on the Housewives. So Dorinda gets murdered because she talks too damn much.
Yeah.
That
I'm
was
pissed though. They
yeah.
stole what would have been amazing
I
to have her
know.
on our screens.
I mean, literally in 5 minutes, she compared her house to that like 100 times, and then told the peacock, "I have a stuffed one of you at home."
Yep.
Would have been gold.
Um, so the next night they murder Ayan, but I was really like, if they take Dolo out, I might not watch anymore, but I would obviously watch. But I needed at least her to be there. Ayan, love her, but like could take her or leave her. She's not gonna bring anything to this type of game. She's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be like Sheree,
What
like
about
who
your
doesn't
girl
even know what
though?
game she's playing.
I know.
Yeah,
Robin's still there.
I guess she is. Yes, she is.
I read your note. Let me read what her note says, you guys. It's so funny. Robin says she can read people, not Juan.
And that's not wrong.
Not wrong. I wrote that for you.
I love it.
I
She
just
can't
laughed
read
so hard when
people.
she's like, "I have a knack for reading people,"
And
and
I'm
like,
like, bitch,
I'm
you
like,
got your stolen. All of your money got stolen, and your husband cheats on you. So I really don't think you can read people. Like, I just,
no.
maybe she's just okay with it. We just don't know. You just never know what goes on behind closed doors,
that's
girls.
true. That's true.
So the second episode, the Rob and Derek and Wes come in, and it's set up like they're in a cage in a challenge, and the challenge is to like put all these coins in to get them down, and they join the game. Anyways, Dorinda murdered, and then all the new members are exempt from murder, but they also can't vote. And then we have some people like starting rivalries, like Sandoval and Chriselle are fighting. He said he thinks she's a traitor, she thinks he's a creep, and that because she's friends with Ariana, he's like coming after her. And then Robin versus Wells. You guys, I love Wells. You know, I'm a big Bachelor Nation gal,
Mm.
and I love Wells. I was really sad they banished him the first banishment ceremony. How could you think Wells is a traitor? Idiots. Idiot.
Have you watched the like after show where it's like the people that got murdered and banished like learn who the traitors are and then like sit down together to talk about it?
I just watched like a clip of Dorinda figuring it out, finding it out, but that's it.
It was fun. Like Wells and Ayan. No, Ayan and Tony were together. It was fun.
Episode 3, they give out some shields. Great. Ion gets murdered. We already said that. And then they do this weird fun house balloon clown challenge, which I would have been like more like terrified to do, honestly. And nobody won. So no money, no shields to anybody. And they banished Tony from Survivor, which honestly, like, it's smart to get these people out, whether they are traitors or
Mm-hmm.
not, because those
I
people
feel
are
like they don't do enough like strategy during this game. Like I guess everyone's out for themselves, but like wouldn't it be smarter to like form yourself a little team and be like, I don't know. That's just
yeah.
me.
I think it's too early to like you don't really have anything to go
Oh no.
on.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So then they start pulling tricks out pretty early. So they do the short list for murder that they have to like do in plain sight and go put it in that like weird little wine cellar. So all the traders try to have a meeting, but they like don't find Carolyn and they don't bring her
She
because
just wanders around the house.
you can put a traitor on the list. Not that they'll get murdered, but they could just be on the list. I didn't really understand that because I'm like, what's the point? Like, you should be able to just murder the traitor then, and like get him out of there, so you only have 3 of you to split the pot with. But I
Mm.
guess that's not the way it goes. Anyway, she finds the secret room. They have the secret meeting. They do the list, whatever. But then Gabby from The Bachelorette comes in and catches them all coming out of the like secret meeting room. That's how we end, and that is where we will pick up
I
tonight.
can't wait.
I made my own traders board, and I've been
Which
putting.
looks amazing, by the
Thank
way.
you. So much time to make. I don't have any like Canva or any of those apps, so I had to make it all in like Pick Stitch. It took forever to like size all those little pictures together.
It looks real good.
Yes, thank you. I will be Xing tonight, which means
Mm.
tomorrow because I'm not going to watch anything at 9 p.m. tonight when I'm sleeping. Anything else on Traders? Who do you
No,
guys think they're gonna murder?
I don't know. Who are they talking about?
Oh, I don't even remember. I don't even know if they actually talked to anybody. Did they? They
I
gotta
think it
leave
was
the
like more
housewives
housewives. I
alone.
gotta be honest. It was probably
They
more
gotta
house.
leave them alone. It's a little crazy.
It's like this is where I need producer intervention. You know, like what are you doing?
I forgot Sierra's there too. Sierra's there.
Mm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Want to talk about Southern Charm?
Yeah. What do you want to talk about?
You hear my you hear them? They're so loud. Like if I was down there, I would yell at them.
Your children? No, I
Yeah.
can't even hear them.
Okay, good. Tyler was supposed to have a party and then it got canceled. Why do you guys think she canceled the party?
Because she was sad. No. Because people were talking shit about her man, so she wasn't gonna have a party. And I honestly think he wasn't gonna go and she didn't want to be embarrassed. So that's why she
Okay.
didn't. Because he like clearly does not want to be involved in this world. I think that's like what's happening here.
Does he want to be involved on Southern Hospitality? Like, is he on Southern Hospitality?
No, he was like barely on that too. He was just
Okay, he just
TJ's
like hooks up with these
roommate.
girls.
He was TJ's roommate, right? That was
Mm-hmm.
like the connection at the
Okay.
time. Maybe still
I
is.
think he
I
still
don't
is
think.
because that's why she was. Isn't that why she was there?
Yeah, she was there in the morning. That
Yeah.
Southern Hospitality. I know. I was like, God, I don't need any more tailoring
It's like
cream.
a
So
fucking jump scare.
he makes my skin crawl. I'm not. I just like dislike her. I mean, I feel sad for her that she lost her brother, but I'm just. Ugh, she's just gross. She's just not a good person. Don't like it, don't need it. So, anyways, Craig and Paige decide to host a party instead. It's hard to watch Craig and Paige now that they're not
I
together.
know. Well, especially the whole conversation. It's like, you guys should get engaged. Oh, well, it's kind of like we are. And I was like,
Right.
Is it?
I
ugh.
feel like you could tell that he's way more into her than she is into him.
The whole relationship.
That's always
Yeah.
been like that, right? But I also am like, that's just kind of her thing.
It is, it
Although
is.
she did seem super obsessed with that pizzeria guy when she was with him, so
Hmm.
hmm. Anyways, they throw a party. Craig does not tell Austin about the party because they had words, and he said, "You can swim or you can leave.
Little
You can either
lovers
swim or you
quarrel.
can leave." So
He
he
did
didn't
the
tell me.
podcast by himself.
He did.
That's like a
But
line in the
when he's saying,
sand.
like, Austin's not reliable, like, he's hungover, blah, 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 and it's a business and they make a lot of money, yeah, like, I'd keep it going too. Fuck that. Austin's like, this is just so Craig. This is just so Craig to
My
ignore
God,
Stop
your
it! Stop it!
me.
Stop it! You sound like him.
your
Oh my
impersonation is
god!
insane.
Was
I
that
oh
him?
my you were Austin.
Don't do that ever again.
I didn't like it.
I don't like it. Don't do it.
What do you
You
this is
shouted.
so Darcy of you to, like, not like this. God.
My favorite thing I hate the most about him is when they ask him a question and he's like, what? Like, shut the fuck up, you idiot. I guess it happened. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
We made out. Like, I hate him.
Mm. So he wasn't there and we didn't have to endure him much, which is fine by me. Sally came in on a mean girl streak, but I kind of was here for
I
it. I
liked
liked
it.
it.
I
I
like
was
Sally.
here for it. She came in talking shit, sharing sex tips. I was into it.
I'm
I
into
really
it.
Vanita broke up with her man because he moved to New York City to become an actor. I didn't quite understand what
Well,
happened.
it's that he got a part on Broadway and was like, I'm leaving, and left. Like, she was not invited to move to New
Right.
York with him.
At first, it was like he's gone for a few weeks, but then he was like, about that, might be more than a few weeks. Like,
Bye.
never coming back. So,
And then
Now she's
JT slides in.
yeah. Ugh. Ugh.
little
Just,
up
I
on the
like
show.
want to like Vanita, but then you do things like JT. Ugh. No,
Yeah.
thank you. And then Shep and Craig get together, and then I kind of felt like, okay, Shep, like you are like such the middleman. You're over here like basically telling Austin to go confront him, and then you're like, oh, Craig, want to go out to lunch?
That's what we love about Shep, though, right? He's
Yeah.
like a
He's a
All
team
the stuff
jester.
that he was saying to Austin, like, you can't just like lose all your friends just because like you have a girlfriend now. Gosh. And then he like goes to lunch and then he's like, yeah, and I respect that like you've grown up. I'm like, what?
Shep
Gosh.
says like whatever the other person wants to hear.
Exactly,
For sure.
exactly. I
For
follow
sure.
Shep's MO at work, and I'm gonna tell you that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need
Okay.
that report by 5? You got it. Never gonna see it. You'll never know. Deleted. Whoops.
You'll forget about
What
it.
report?
Yeah.
You didn't tell me anything about that. Moving on.
Yeah, let's talk about Southern Hospitality. It is really good. And I watched the first 2 seasons but like didn't really care about the people, but now I'm invested.
I'm into it.
Yeah, I feel like
Emmy,
the 3rd season is, like, when things are good,
you
right?
guys,
Like
Emmy is nuts. She had to quote Amanda, a mentee bee. It's
When I
like
was reading the notes, I was like, did Amanda write
no,
these?
I did.
love a messy bee.
I like to quote Amanda in my everyday life.
I love
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Or when she says, couldn't be me.
Thou dost protest too much.
Dog?
we're gonna get to that. We are gonna get to that.
Yes.
Okay. So that new girl Molly, another new Molly on a Southern hospitality, like Southern franchise is like a little confusing. I confuse them when I keep tagging them on Instagram too. Anyways, doesn't appear to be a fan of Emmy, which is fine. I'm not either. She is coming in a little too hot with the attitude though. Like, we don't know you, bitch. Take a seat.
hmm
But with that being said, I don't really care for Emmy either. She's insane. Like, she had a full blown manic episode.
It was, I mean, it was uncomfortable to watch, but fucking great TV.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, so
My
it
God.
started because because of her like, F-list celebrity status, she gets some sort of store credit at a store in Charleston. And so that's the store where they get their work dresses from. So she took money from everyone and then went and got the dresses, and they assume that she actually just used her store credit and pocketed their money.
Which I
Which,
don't think honestly is like that big
who
of a deal.
cares? It's like, it's currency. It's all currency, right?
Mhm.
Exactly.
Credit, money, whatever. But she was so offended that anyone would think that. What? What?
She it was a full-on meltdown. Like a full-blown meltdown. And then Will being like, "Wait, you don't do that?" Like completely blew her in. Like, "What do you mean? Yeah, no. You don't do that?"
And then like went on to have a high noon while she's like literally having a fucking nervous breakdown.
Yeah.
Then it comes up that someone said that she told some NFL players that were in the club that she was single.
I don't think that's a big deal. You are working for a tip, you are
Right.
going to flirt, you are going to hustle to make that money.
So none of these
And
things are a big deal, but the big
yeah,
deal that she made of it was
Yeah.
like out of
that's
it.
what I'm saying. Thou doth protest too much. It's obvious that you did it. Just don't make a big deal about it. Just be like,
Doubt?
okay,
Doth.
doth. I thought it
Doth.
was doth. No, it's doth.
It's not douth.
Thou doth.
Protest too much.
Not a fan. Not a
Take it up with Willie.
fan.
God. Yeah. She's
Anyway,
insane. You can't make me like her. She's nuts. I just like took a bunch of like pictures of like the faces she was making and made a post about it, and it's like the most liked post we've had in a long
It's
time.
art. It
Yeah.
is art.
People are like all over that collage. Anyways, other notes are that Brad is trying to go for Lake now, which it just feels like deja vu of him trying to go for Lucia
Oh
from last
yeah.
season. It's like literally just a younger version of her.
He just
I-
recycles through.
yeah. And then Michael's friend zones TJ, and I'm kind of glad. Fuck you, TJ. Fuck
He's
you, TJ.
not a fan.
No, I'm not into him. I'm not into like an angry little gay man. That's not my thing. I love the gays, but an angry little gay man, no. You're
You just
angry.
like
You're angry at your wife and not at
not
me.
me.
Good. Well, it'll be on tonight, kitties.
Boy, lots of shows tonight.
Yeah, 3 shows. Let's talk Potomac.
You
So
mean the real lesbians of Potomac?
yeah.
what was actually doing,
Okay.
you guys?
I don't know. Do they think that like they must know that it's bad and like the ratings are plummeting? But like, do you think a lesbian scene is like what's gonna get everyone to start watching again? Like that is
Read
so
the room. This is
2004.
not your audience that's going to get jazzed up over two women kissing.
The
I
thing
mean,
is that what Ashley was like really putting in work, like what she was like serious. I feel like I don't know, weird.
so
Wasn't a
weird.
fan. Please don't do that.
It
Please.
just it felt forced and like I don't know. It's not for me. And I'm over fucking Mia
Very
and
strange.
her.
And Jacqueline is gross, and Jacqueline looked uncomfortable. So at this
Mhm.
point, like, Jacqueline's just like so happy to be here. She's like, yeah, I'll just do things that I don't want to do. She like became part of the Me Too movement in that segment. Like, it just was not. It didn't feel good. She looked clearly
She did.
uncomfortable, and like she had to say yes because this is Ashley Darby, and she wants to keep her job.
It
It
Yeah,
looks
really
like
just
sexual
weird.
harassment to me.
yeah, I didn't like it.
Yeah, I don't need it. Anyways, they're still in Panama. Mia apologizes to Giselle. I just think it's like too little too late.
Mhm.
And then them talking, her and Jacqueline talking about like their weird sexcapades, like it's just weird.
It
They
Like,
do
sounds like
everything
Mia pimped
online.
Jacqueline out. Like, oh, she was on, she didn't really want to do it, but I loosened her man up and then she got pregnant. It's like,
You guys, here's the thing. They both are so jealous of each other. I think they're secretly or not so secretly in love with each other and probably have a weird relationship going
I
on.
don't
I
think
just
it's
think
a
it's
secret.
all fake. It's fake. None of that is real. None of it. I got him. I had one hand, not I had both hands. I mean, I was holding both hands. He only fell.
No.
Yeah, I just think it's all fake. I don't know where the truth begins and like the lies end when it comes to Mia, and Jacqueline is just like wants this $5 she's getting from the. She's probably doing this for free. They're probably like, this is a trial. If you do okay, you get $5 next season.
It can't end soon enough. And they really need to like put some thought into like how this city franchise moves forward. Because
I
this
know.
ain't it.
Well,
Two
I mean,
seasons
Karen's
of
gonna
really
go to
bad is
jail.
like really bad.
They're gonna have to pause because Karen's going to jail. So it's like maybe it's just divine timing. Maybe they actually made Karen get that DUI just so they could pause.
Yeah, not a bad idea to take a pause.
And yeah, it's just not good. It's not good. It's plummeting.
It's a
It
chore
used
to
to be
watch.
it used to be like fun shade. Like it wasn't high caliber bougie ass housewives, but it was fun shade. It was enjoyable. It's just not even like
It
that's
used to be so funny when Karen was like doing the press conferences and like
right.
they were just it was good and then they ruined it. So
Yeah. Anyways, let's talk Married to Med. So they are planning for the Med Gala, and Dr. Jackie does not think that Phaedra is gonna pull through. She said she can get 100,000. Dr. Jackie says she's not doing shit. So she hires Heavenly as the Coco chair. Okay, so Heavenly throws a graduation party for her son, but no one is there except her friends. So I don't know what kind of
I
graduation
like
party.
I was like watching it and doing something else and that came on and I was like, wait, is this a party for him? Because it's all of her. It was very, very confusing.
I feel like she just did it for the show, but
For
like called it
sure.
a graduation party. Because I'm like, there's not one person here for him. These are all her friends. But anyways, they do the event. We get some old cast coming back. Dr. Alicia from last season, the dentist. Was she
Mm-hmm.
from last season or from
Yeah.
before?
Last season.
I feel like Dr. Mimi like went on a trip with them one season. I don't remember when. She was like trying to get pregnant on the season, but I don't remember much about her. I think that was her. And then Anila, she was on for a few seasons. She was Toya's neighbor and they ended up like not being friends in the end. And I feel like if you're not friends with Toya, you don't get to be on the show. So she's not on the show. She's a blogger. That's her job. She can be jobless. Bye, TikTok. She can be jobless soon. Her husband's a plastic surgeon.
what am I gonna do?
And then Dwight. Love
Loved
Dwight.
it.
So they do the auction. They don't make 100,000, but Phaedra's like, "Oh, that's fine. 75,000. You got it. No problem. I'll write you a check." Do you think that check clears? She didn't win Traitors, if you don't remember correctly.
I don't
I
know.
think it's fake.
Heavenly's had some shit to say on
She had
her
jobs.
YouTube, whatever she does. Basically said the guy that won the date, like Phaedra told him it's just for the show. You'll get your money back, and he has not gotten his money back and is now reaching out to everybody else because Phaedra won't respond to him. So,
Well, she's been on a lot of shows in
mm-hmm,
the last, like, it started with Girls Trip, and then she was on like Dancing with the Stars. She was on Traitors. She's on this. She's going to be on Atlanta. Like she's doing well.
mm-hmm.
Do people get paid to be on Dancing with the Stars?
You do get a little something, I think.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know. We'll see if that check clears the reunion. I'm sure they will leave no
Mm,
stone unturned. They love a
mm-hmm.
3-part reunion more than anybody. 3-part reunion. They saved a marriage on one of those 3-part reunions. That's like the like claim to the show. They saved a marriage. Cecil and Simone were gonna get a divorce, and they went in there telling everyone they have separated. They will be filing for divorce, and everyone brought them back together.
That's a beautiful thing.
And they're so cute. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't picture them not together. But Simone can be a nasty bitch when she wants to be, and I love that. Let's talk Below Deck Sailing Yacht. Below
You
Deck
guys,
on.
here's a question. Who would you be after a night out with the meets? Would you be Gary? Would you be Chase? Or would you be Daisy?
I think I'm a Daisy, like a happy medium.
Okay, okay.
I'm like a rule follower. I'm definitely a Chase. Don't take my tip. You're not coming between me and my money. That is
I
for
feel
sure.
like I would be a Gary because
You would
honestly,
for
fuck
sure
this
be a
Yeah.
job.
Gary. You would
Fuck
be a
this
Gary.
job. Fuck this job.
You pretty
You would
much
never
told
be on a
Glenn the
boat.
same.
not be on a boat. So, like, we would never be in this hypothetical scenario, but if
This
this is
is
a
true.
land
This is true.
excursion, maybe.
This is true.
So, the drag divas are still there, and they're, like, fighting, and I love when the guests, like, fight and make everyone uncomfortable.
Like so awkward.
The boys dress in drag, which I thought was really funny. They did do a good job. Good sports. They docked in drag. Very good
Mhm.
sports. Also, Keith, what have you been hiding under that polo? I didn't know he had such a hot bod. I was kinda like, what do Danny and Daisy see in him? He looks like my dad or
Mhm.
something, but, like,
I hate
no.
Heath. I do not like
My
Heath.
dad's a very handsome guy.
Why?
I think he went from Danny, who like ditched him to go hook up with other people, like straight to Daisy. And then he's like, he's one of those ones who's like, oh, I try to be so deep. Him and Daisy, we have such a connection. Like, fuck you guys. Shut up.
Okay, but that doesn't have anything to do with his hot bod. He had a cute little tush. I don't know. I was just very pleasantly
You were into his
surprised.
hot.
Mhm.
I mean, he
Pleasant
works outside on a boat. I think it's pretty
Yeah, I
valid to
guess
have it.
it's just, like, his stature and haircut with the polo. I just didn't think that was what was going on under there. I don't know. I don't know. So, anyways, as alluded to, Daisy, Chase, Keith, and Gary get to go out with the guests. The guests
It's
requested that
so
they go on
funny. Chase
and
and Keith got to go, and Danny and Diana didn't
I
get to
know.
go.
Daisy was damned if she did, damned if she didn't. Like, they
Yeah,
were gonna
but
be
I
pissed
didn't
off
wanna
no
go
matter
either.
what.
Right, and she needed to go, but, like, they both couldn't go, so honestly, though, like, Glenn saying, like, "You guys can only have 2 drinks, and I'm gonna take your tip away." It's like, we knew what was gonna happen
Mhm.
Yeah,
when Gary had 10 drinks.
yeah,
Yeah.
of course. He came back, he was so drunk. Oh my god.
But Glenn
But
was
also,
waiting
like,
for
he's in
them,
Ibiza, so whatever.
Oh, Glenn being like, "Go to bed," and then Gary going down and then sneaking back up.
like, out of a porthole and, like, talking
Bro,
to
I feel
him.
like that's something I would do, though. Like, that's something I would 100% do and be like, "Sorry."
Danny
I mean, it's
and
not that serious, like, let him go, leave him alone.
so they whatever, the guests leave, they get their tip, and then Danny and Deanna are, like, complaining again, like, "You said I was gonna get 9 hours sleep, and I got 8 hours sleep." I'm like, "Bitch, you're getting 8 hours of sleep? Like,
Well,
shut the fuck
she got
up."
9 hours of sleep, so it's not fair because it's already happened to me before. It's like
Wild.
nothing has to be democratic about the process.
Right.
That's
Like,
it.
just shut he's your fucking boss, you whiny ass bitches. I'm so sick of these 2. They're actually, like, the worst stews ever. And they're not, like, terrible at their job. They're just so not they're not people that you should employ to be on a show about
Mm-mm.
working because they're not funny and they're not fun. They're
They're
annoying.
wet blankets.
Yeah, not into it. Anyways, Glenn calls a meeting and he pulls in the 4 that got to go out. And they were all honest, which, like, honestly, I feel like Daisy didn't have to be honest, and neither did
Gary
Keith.
was not honest, he said he had 5 drinks.
I don't think
Yeah,
Gary
well,
remembered the
they
other
all said they
5.
had more than 2, yeah, honestly. They all said they had more than 2, which was, like, the
Yeah.
limit, but, like, I really don't think that Daisy and Keith needed to say that. I mean, there's I'm sure a lot more that we don't see, but, like, they just got back and went to work and, like, did their jobs.
I
But
think
Gary was like,
knowing that Glenn would see it, they didn't want to lie to him.
"I
Mm.
guess, but, like, you already have your tip at that point." I don't know. Anyways. Gary flips out, he's like, "Take my tip, it's fine, whatever. You obviously need it." That's what he said. I'm like, "That's so weird." Like,
Take
he's a
his
boat
tip.
captain. He needs your tip?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he needs your tip. He's the captain.
Mm. What she said.
To be continued. Let's talk Beverly Hills. Oh my god, we have so many shows to talk. Let's talk Beverly Hills. Okay. Dorit and Kyle still fighting. Gonna keep fighting. Never gonna stop fighting. And I'm just Team Dorit. I have
I
nothing
never
to
want
say.
it to end. I love
Yeah, maybe,
seeing somebody like check Kyle and like get Kyle so fucking riled up about it.
yeah. Oh, wait
And
till
then
she pops
Sutton
off
and
next week.
Sutton and Garcelle bringing up infidelity and lesbianism is like, you guys, Kyle is gonna lose her shit.
I
Like,
know.
she can't handle
I
it.
feel like the
That's like
producers are mad at her because she usually
that's what
gets like a great edit and like
an
they
article just
are.
came out about it.
Mm-hmm.
They're mad at her because she fucking, like, just lied all last season and, like, wouldn't talk about
Yes,
her life. So they're like, "Bitch, we'll make you. You don't wanna talk about your life? Bitch, watch out."
we're gonna talk about it.
So, yeah. Sutton saying, like, "Well, you've had infidelity." And she's like, "No, I haven't."
You could
Like,
see
"What?"
Kyle with her eyes just telling her, shut the fuck up. But you like the little dig that Kyle got in when they sat down? She's like, is there alcohol in this iced tea?
Yeah.
Ew.
And then Sutton being like, live your life. If you want to be a lesbian, be a lesbian.
Amazing. At Charles Entertainment Cheese, of all places.
I know. Can you believe it? Charles E. Cheddars. So Erica finally gets her pizza party. She displayed pizza party behavior, and she got her pizza party. So they surprised her and took her to Chuck E. Cheese. I actually thought that was really fun,
It was
honestly.
cute.
It was fun. It was cute. So then Kyle she actually shares the text between her and PK where it is more than memes.
And it's a screenshot. It's a
Guys.
screenshot of a text to him. You can see the camera roll at the bottom.
Yeah.
You're not fucking texting my ex. If you do, you're gonna get fucking reamed out every single moment I see you. Because
I don't even know his name at that point. X who? What?
Right. Bye.
Oh, you can tell me anything. You know that I'm not gonna say anything. You
Oh,
can trust
weird.
me.
Like-
What?
And then
That is
for
so-
the other breath to say, but I'm a girl's girl.
Right.
Get the fuck out of here. Text my ex, bitch.
He's
Fuck
your ex.
you.
He's my ex too now. Bye.
Yeah, him. He
All
better
right.
not see
I don't
me
know
in the
him.
street.
Ooh,
Fucking
our
rude.
ex, I like that.
Yeah, get the wow. There's no, and you know, if like her and Mo were not like so cordial, and Dorit was texting Mo, she would lose her mind.
Okay,
Yeah.
but Kyle bringing up the Dorit Mo theories that like we have been like percolating on forever in Reddit to like bring it to the front and be like, well, what about this kiss?
Did you ever see the shoulder kiss before? I never
Yes.
saw that before.
This is
That was my first time seeing it. I was like, well, that is weird.
oh,
I know it was an emotional time, but that is weird. Maybe she thought it was
Whatever.
like PK. I don't know. It was weird. I'm here for it, but anyways, they push her too far. Bose throws like a healing party, and they push Kyle to scream and cry and storm out in her bathroom.
push her to the
Like,
curb.
Bye, Kyle. I hate, I love a huff off, but like, God, sometimes they're so dramatic.
She's
like,
just
so
Kyle
dramatic.
is just so insufferable. Like just
Yeah.
I can't stand her.
I was texting my other friend and she's like, no, I like Kyle, but what is she doing this season? I'm like,
This is who she's been. Open your eyes.
Kyle, you're gross.
This is who she's always been.
Exactly. That's
Ugh.
really the gist of it. So
Next, RHONY.
Ooh.
I'm so glad the finale is coming up next week. I'm over it.
It was a better episode.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I thought it was the best episode of the season.
100%.
Yeah, it's better about it.
Yeah.
It's just like it's so.
Stupid.
I feel like Bryn can see it like not going well, so she's trying to self-produce, but we can just see her all. We all can see her producing, so it's like not. It's too much. It really is.
Bryn is just
But
not
out of
authentic,
control.
I think. I don't think Bryn is authentic in the slightest.
No, I don't think people with that much
Mm-mm.
trauma and no healing journey have any clue how to be authentic.
Okay.
I think too the issue with Uba, and I think it spills over to the entire show, is like everyone walks on eggshells around her, and so it changes the dynamics of everything. I don't
Yeah.
want to say this. I don't know if it's going to upset
She's
Uba.
out of control.
She's-
She's out of control.
It's so like grow up.
It's not fun. It's like be offended by something stupid, but if you're offended by everything, like enough. It's enough.
Yeah, like if you can't say anything, then this is not the show for you because you don't have to be like so aggressive. Like, okay, the beach, probably I wouldn't probably think it was like the nicest beach ever. I've been to nicer beaches. But you say what you say, and then if somebody comes to you and is like, oh, you shouldn't have said that, like you'd be like, I'm sorry that hurt your feelings. But
Right.
honestly,
Mm-hmm.
if I had to say it about my country, I would say the same thing. But I'm sorry, I didn't think you would be offended by that because I wouldn't. You don't even have to give like the most sincerest apology. Just be
Right.
like,
Take some ownership for it.
Sorry,
Yeah.
yeah. Offend you. The end. But no, not her. She's like, I don't even swim, so I wasn't even gonna swim anyways.
The fact that she was trying to say that like she knows Puerto Rico better than two Puerto Rican women was blowing my mind.
you're like, I come here more than you.
I've been here more times than you. You haven't even been here in 6 years.
I was just like, oh my God.
Honestly,
Well-
I will say I was into Bryn when she's like, you're a fucking Talbot's model. Like, oh, my mother-in-law is feeling this right now, and she is feeling burned. She's feeling personally victimized by Brynn Whitfield right
Naomi
now.
wishes. Giselle wishes. In what
They don't know who you
universe?
are, bitch. I mean, you're beautiful, but like they don't know you. Stop.
You're not
Stop.
one name supermodel status.
And you're
You're a
not Chanel Ayan
housewife.
either, honestly. And you're a Talbots and Dress Barn model. If you Google, that is literally who she models for. Talbots and Dress Barn.
In Puerto Rico.
You know what I say? A paycheck is a paycheck.
Yeah,
So
that's fine, but like stop saying Giselle wishes. She don't wish. She don't wish.
Mm-mm.
It was funny. I was like middle-aged women everywhere turning the TV off and feeling angry. It's like that part in how
although
in what's it
When
called?
Bryn said
Paige.
like I fly
Paige.
private and you fly commercial, and it was like, who do you fly private with? Your the
Whose
husband?
husband?
I
Yeah,
know.
that was funny. That was funny.
I
You
I
know, and I
laughed.
feel like she's so offended because it's like true, probably. But anyways, I don't want to talk about Jenna's pubes anymore.
Yeah, it's not that
Synchronous was like
funny.
annoying, and Erin is at the epicenter of everyone's drama with her
Mm-hmm.
like always like having to run and like tattle, but it's like you were a part of those like talking shit sessions, and now you're running and like tattling. It's so annoying. She's
They
like a
all do
two.
it. Like, it's weird.
She
That's supposed
just
to be
came out
like
on like Instagram or TikTok where she was like, guys, like I know what last night's episode was, but what you guys don't understand is that it kept going and it kept going. And then I did say that it was too much. I'm like, shut the fuck up, Erin.
Well, Abe put something out too. Like, I obviously knew that I was on speakerphone. Like, this was fun and playful. But I also appreciate Uba, like, being concerned. Like, everybody's good. Just like,
They take themselves too seriously. I think that's the problem
yes.
with Erin is like they take themselves. If Erin, if you want to go and talk shit, then that's
And they're not
fucking,
drunk enough.
and I love it. But then don't come out on like the internet and be like, well, I didn't say that. No, because you did. So own it.
Preach.
all right, let's get into what we really want to get into, which is the Salt Lake City finale, guys.
I love that.
I love
I
that.
love
I have a
that.
reservation for 8 Lisas.
The poor waiter. Because she'll be like, we'll have this. I love that. I love that. I love that. And
I
he was
was
just like,
dying
what
for that.
is
It
happening?
was the best. I want to go to that lunch. I want to dress like Lisa, and I want to have a good time. Like, she's a good time. Stop trying to make her be anything that she isn't. Just let her be a good
Lisa,
time and let her be who she is.
I
Lisa
know.
loves
Just
Lisa.
be surface level with her and just have fun. Like that's Lisa.
Hmm.
Right. That's fine. I love Lisa too. We
You have
both love
different
Lisa. We
friends for different purposes.
yeah.
Lisa's a good time gal.
Right. The whole time I saw Whitney with the tags on her clothes, I was like, is she gonna return these? And I'm like, it was just such a reach to be like, well, because like you're fake, so I have tags on my clothes. I'm like, I don't think
It
Lisa
didn't
returns her clothes.
land.
It's never been a thing. No one has ever said Lisa returns her clothes. In fact, they have said Jen Shaw has returned so many things to Louis Vuitton, she wasn't welcome there anymore. But nobody ever said anything about Lisa, you stupid idiot bimbo, Whitney. And your fucking hilling journey. So annoying to me.
And honestly, the whole blog thing, like I'm so over it. And also, anytime Whitney's like, I have proof, they told me. I'm like, no, that's not proof. I can fucking tell you the sky is orange.
Hmm.
Doesn't mean that it's fucking proof.
You guys, her with the pointing fingers looking like an
Two
orange Power
fingers?
Ranger. I'm like, what are you doing? Are you gonna morph into Megatron? Like,
Don't
stop.
point at me. Fingers. Get your finger out of my face. 2 fingers.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I'd bite your fucking finger. I'd bite
He
your
has had
finger.
no storyline this entire season. None.
She
Like,
came in really hot the first episode and then kind of not much and then popped off the last episode.
yeah, she sucks, dude. Anyways, one thing I want to talk about is like just the Mary and Angie of it all because I thought it was so sweet
Hmm.
when Angie was like, I really love you. Like, you're my real friend. And
They have
I'm
like a true
sorry.
friendship,
Yeah.
and I like that. I was
I
actually sad
know.
because I think they're real friends, and I think that they both have so much trauma from their past lives that it's like so good for them. Like they need each other.
Hmm.
I think we needed that though, because like I don't think people were understanding their friendship, but now it
Yeah.
makes sense. And it was just so sweet.
It was really sweet.
I wrote something about it and Angie already answered us and was like, yes, this is so sweet.
Oh. And then all hell breaks loose. with
And then
Heather's insane game.
Do you think that she rehearses these monologues?
Absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
People laughed at
she
that
wrote
poll
that
thing.
fucking speech up and stood
Who
in
did?
front of her.
Heather laughed at the poll I put up that
Because she
asked if
knows it's
rehearsed
true.
monologues. Yeah. I noticed she didn't say yes or no. She just laughed at it.
She's intelligent. She's a very smart woman. So
Oh, very. Guys,
she,
she's a
you know,
business
she
owner
can
who's
do
not
what
a
Bryn
music.
can't do. She can produce the show and not an obnoxious way. Like we
They're
know
all
she's
doing it.
producing
Like they're all acting
Yeah.
all the time on this show, but it's funny and it's good and
Yeah.
it's like it's not too much and it's not too little. Like Meredith channeling Mrs. Doubtfire every episode, never like it always lands. Her
Yo,
scratch hernia that went away by the nighttime, like I can't.
Amazing.
I cannot. Oh my god. So they play this game where it's like find the worst thing you ever said about someone in your phone and share it. That should go over well.
All I
What
could
do you
think.
think, Meredith and Lisa, we're gonna play this game?
Say it, forget it, write it, regret it.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
I use that
Put a
saying.
picture of Dorinda up saying that.
I told Mike that saying last week at work, and
Mhm.
he was cracking up. He was like, "That's so good." I'm like,
It's
"I
so
know."
true. Also, I'm kind of shocked they were all so honest about it.
Same. Like, I don't know that I would have picked my worst one. I would have been a Brittany. I would have been a Brittany.
I don't want Mary to come over for tea.
No, it was. I would rather invite Bronwyn over than Mary for tea.
I think Angie's was like Angie's about Bronwyn was bad. One foot in a grave and one foot on a banana peel.
Yeah,
She wears a
it's bad.
hot dog costume to remind us that she sucked her way to the top.
It was bad, but it was so good.
Holy shit.
It was so good. It was so
It was
bad. It was good.
And one thing about Whitney's message about Lisa. So if you notice, when everybody got the phones to read the message, they took like a few seconds to read it before they read it out loud. Lisa didn't do that. Lisa like blew up the screenshot and was reading word for word. So she's like, made out with Lisa while giving John a hand job. What the fuck is this? But Whitney got Lisa to say it. Whitney didn't say it. Lisa said it about herself.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
Whitney, she's so snaky. They're supposed to write something bad, and then she's like, "I'm just gonna throw out another rumor about you." So, like, I think Whitney's kind of smart in that way too. Like, she knows what she's doing too, because
like Whitney was able to introduce a new rumor, and she didn't actually speak it into existence. Lisa did, word for word.
I don't know that I don't. I don't doubt the rumor. You know, I'm more of a believable of the rumor.
I mean, a hand job just seems so specific. Like made out with Lisa while giving John a hand job.
We love to talk about
Not
hand jobs.
true, and don't fucking talk about Baby Gorgeous or John Barlow that way.
Listen,
Don't
live your life.
I always, you know what, you guys, we always talk about hand jobs. Like, I don't know it's true because who gives hand jobs? But then, like, you know,
They've had a resurgence
all the time. It's literally my favorite move.
Oh my god. We're back in middle school.
Cranking them out.
We've established this before. There's nothing wrong with a classic Candy J.
Lisa Barlow agrees.
Classic, okay?
Me.
Thank you guys. I just made this of Dorinda saying, Dorinda here to remind the SLC ladies, say it, forget it, write it, regret it. And she's sitting in the chair.
It was a great last episode. I'm mad that we didn't get Meredith and Lisa's text.
Lisa's is on the extended.
Okay, did you watch it?
I didn't, but I saw like Bravo had a story, like a typed story, not like an Instagram story. But Lisa's was just like Meredith digs up stuff and it's dirty and nasty, which like you've got worse stuff about her in your phone than that. You called her a garbage whore. Like,
I know, out loud.
She fucks half of New York. Did you guys ever watch what's his name do the monologue on what the hell's his name? That like actor. He did it on Watch What Happens Live. He did the monologue, but he like did it in I think he's British, but he was like, she's a fucking whore. She fucked half of New York. So good.
Her and her dumb family that poses.
Oh my god. Salt Lake, not one episode missed this entire season.
It was
There
good.
was
And
no filler. Everything moved along. Like, it is the best franchise.
they're gonna have a good reunion, 3-part reunion. It's gonna be good.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, that's that on that. The stupid little things at the end are so funny to me. I don't know why. I always post them every single time. Like, we don't need to read them tonight though. Sold on Salt Lake City. I think Jen is in love with Matt. Did you guys watch?
Nope.
no.
Oh, so basically, Jen meets with, like, in the end of the last episode, she was like called a whole meeting basically to like protect him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Tina threatens to quit because of it, and then Jen goes out to lunch or coffee or something with Matt. She like helped him get new headshots and all this stuff. I'm like, she's in love with him. Like, that's what's going on here. She's in
Mm.
love with him. Her husband's old. Anyways, it's gross. He's annoying. I don't like him. Sarah throws her husband a 40th birthday party. Jen says she's gonna come, then declines like in the last minute, doesn't want to be a part of it anymore. And then Sarah and her husband meet with Jen because Tina approached Sarah's husband and wanted to go to his brokerage. And he wanted to be like upfront with Sarah or with Jen because they had that issue.
Mm-hmm.
But in that time, Sarah was like, just so you know, like Matt told me that I was like a home wrecking whore, but I guess that's okay. That's in our code of ethics or whatever. So she's like, "No, it's not. Like, I'm gonna make sure that we all sit down and have a discussion." But instead of doing that, she calls Matt and was like, "Sarah has a listing over here and she wants to talk to you. Go over there." So it just
Oh.
like in the end, like all hell just kind of like broke loose. He refused to apologize, and that was that.
Matt is that judgmental Mormon, man.
He
That's what they
sure
do.
is.
Mm.
Him and Kenny, they're just like judgy wudgies.
That's the Mormon religion, judgy wudgy.
Yeah.
And that is that.
And
Wrap it
that
up.
is that. Anything else, kids? What are your weekend plans?
Party, party, party Friday night, party Saturday during the day.
Such a social butterfly you are.
Party,
I know,
party,
I know.
party.
Recover Sunday. We have off on Monday, so
Yup.
yeah.
I am making bread this weekend again. Gonna try some
Where are you
homemade
gonna
pizza
become an
dough.
influencer without TikTok?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I need to evaluate some things. Talk to Sarah
I'm going
Lee,
to
see where
make
she's
butter.
going.
I'm gonna make butter and I'm gonna try to do a sourdough starter because I'm gonna need a new hobby when they take TikTok away from
You
me.
can dress up like
I
Meredith
don't think you can make
Marks.
bread at work. What are you
What?
gonna do at work? But you can't make bread at work.
You can churn your butter.
I'm gonna have to start reading more. I put my books at 75 on Goodreads, my goal. I'm gonna have to up it. I'm gonna have to so that I
Yeah.
hold myself accountable.
And then
Well,
Pablo's going to the Bills playoff game on
Oh,
Sunday.
that's exciting for him.
well,
Have fun,
sick.
Pablo.
Sick.
Couldn't be me.
Couldn't
Well,
be me either. What's the temp up there? It's
It's
fucking
gonna be cold. I think like negative. It's in the negatives for the wind chill.
We were supposed to go upstate because we have a house upstate. We were supposed to go up and let the boys ride the 4-wheeler and stuff, and it's gonna be like 10, a high of
Mhm.
10. I'm not going. Count me out.
No.
So we're not going because it's not even gonna fucking run.
It's my husband's birthday, so we're gonna
Mm.
party all weekend. And we're gonna bring
Yeah.
a cake and balloons at work tomorrow and surprise him.
That's cute. I
Well,
love it.
everyone, have a great
Dinner and
weekend
plates
here.
and fun and gym class and
All the
above.
activities.
Are you guys working on Monday?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Therapy never sleeps.
Mm.
Anywho, if you like what you heard here, follow us on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. You can follow us on our socials. We are on Instagram at Boujee Bravo Bitches, on Threads at Boujee Bravo Bitches, on TikTok at Boujee Bravo Bitches, on Twitter at Boujee Bravo Bees. We have a Facebook group and we also have a YouTube channel.
That's it, bitch.